How much money do you make per year? Are you allowed to ask people that? This guy did. What's happening, people? My name is Robbie and today we are doing another reaction video. We're reacting to a video by Charlie Chang titled Asking Strangers How Much Money They Make, Newport Beach. Now I think, might be wrong here, but I think Newport Beach is in California. Believe it's a pretty wealthy place. I would imagine that's why Charlie has decided to make the video in Newport Beach, because it's a wealthy place. There might be some interesting answers. Last reaction video we reacted to Noah Kagan asking successful millionaires in New York how to be successful, and it was literally the best performing video I've ever posted within a week. So here we are again. Some people seem to have liked that video because it was pushed by YouTube, and if you like it, I'll make it. Also, before we get into this video, I'm shooting for 2,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. I'm still pretty far off of it. I'm currently on 1,156, so I need a big push for the final 3 months of the year. But in the last month, 75% of people who watched my videos were not subscribed, so let's try and even that up. 50-50, I'd be quite happy with that. Anyway, no more messing about, let's get straight into Charlie's video.
Hey everyone, so we're here in Newport Beach, one of the wealthiest areas of the country, and
wealthiest areas of the country, so I thought it was wealthy. I didn't know it was one of the wealthiest places in the country.
Today we're going to be asking people, what's your net worth and how much money do you make? Yeah, something I'm always intrigued by is what people do, how much money they make, what they invest their money into. And I feel like the world is just not transparent enough. It's still a little bit taboo to talk about this type of stuff. So yeah, we're going to hopefully get some good answers today, because I know it is quite personal to ask people how much money they make and what they're worth. So yeah, some very vulnerable questions, but we'll see who bites. Let's go.
I agree with this. I think people should be a little bit more transparent, particularly in workplaces. A lot of people don't talk about their salary, and that only benefits the company. It doesn't benefit you as an employee. If there is a disparity between the wages that you earn and the person next to you earns, keeping that a secret between the both of you doesn't benefit anyone other than the company. If you find out the person next to you is making $2,000 more than you per year and you do the same job, you would go to your boss and say, what's going on? I would like $2,000 as well. I think it's an important topic to talk about, how much money people earn, how much money people have, do you invest, what do you invest in. I think these are important conversations, and I think that people should be a little bit more vulnerable and talk about these things. But I also understand why people wouldn't want to do that, and they would want to keep that private. I get that.
All right, so what's your name and how old are you?
I'm Chris, I'm 30.
What's your net worth?
About 200,000.
How much do you make per year?
150.
What do you do then?
I'm a consultant.
For what company?
Booz Allen.
Net worth is 200 and his income is 150. So what's that? I should have been able to work that out without a calculator. That means that his net worth is 33% more than his annual salary. There probably should be a decent gap between your net worth and your annual salary. Otherwise, you're not saving enough, you're not investing enough, or you might be living too lavishly, in my opinion. But maybe he's only been making 150 grand for a year, and that's just him starting to build on his net worth.
So what's your monthly rent?
I'm kind of lucky right now. I'm renting with a friend, so it's only $1,000.
Okay. What's your best personal finance hack?
Don't spend too much time figuring out how to save pennies. It's more productive to learn how to make more money. Look for free things on.
I don't know if I agree with that. One, he is currently spending $1,000 per month in rent, which means of the $150,000, only $12,000 goes to his rent. That's less than 10%. His advice is don't focus on penny pinching and scrimping and saving all your money. But if he's making that much money and his rent is that low in comparison, it's not a low rent, but in comparison to his income, he should be saving more. He should be focusing on penny pinching a little bit more, I think.
Craigslist.
Slick Deals? Do you use that site?
Slick Deals also.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's one of the traps. Like, don't spend too much time browsing Slick Deals and like trying to find like $50 off. Just try to make $10,000 more.
Sure. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Do you have a second to answer some questions? No. Okay, no worries. So what's your name?
Kathy Hope.
What is your net worth?
$2 million.
At the height of your career, how
Go on, Kathy.
much were you making?
200,000.
And what did you do?
Insurance broker.
Do you have any tips for anyone that wants to become an insurance broker?
Don't go into the business. They lowered the commissions too much.
What's your biggest expense right now?
Real estate taxes and long-term care.
What's your biggest tip when it comes to saving money?
Well, you have to make a lot of money to save a lot of money.
Cool. Thank you so much. Do you have a couple moments to answer some questions?
Obviously, this woman has a lot more time on her hands than the previous guy did. Her income peaked at $200,000 a year, and she's ended up with a $2 million net worth. I would imagine time has definitely been on her side from when she first started to save, however long that may have been, because she seems to have retired. But we should also take note that so far 2 out of 2 people on this video have recommended trying to earn more as opposed to saving more.
It's about personal finance.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
Okay, no worries.
She's
Film me.
What's your name and what do you do?
My name's Rachel, and I am in charge of our customer care department at Tubby Todd Bath Company, based in Carlsbad, California. Natural skincare products
Good plug.
for your whole fam.
What is your net worth?
My net worth, I have no idea. She's my boss, so it's awkward. Honestly, I have no idea what.
I think that you should know your net worth. I track my net worth every month. Every single month I have a spreadsheet that I complete, and it has my assets like property, stocks and shares, watches, whiskey, anything that I own as an asset. It also has any credit card debt, mortgages, cash in the bank, everything. This is then compiled into this spreadsheet and it tells me exactly what my net worth is every month, every quarter, every year. Do you need to go that in depth? No. But I do think that you should have a rough idea of what your net worth is. How much is your house worth? How much is your mortgage? If your house is worth 100 grand and the mortgage is 75 grand, you've got a 25 grand net worth. 5 grand in the bank, 30 grand net worth. I think it's a good idea to have a rough idea of what your net worth is because you would like that number to be increasing over time. Go and calculate your net worth after this video. Watch the whole video first, then calculate it.
My net worth is
How much do you make per year?
about 65,000.
What's your biggest expense right now?
My child,
How much does your child cost?
$2,000 a month. Kids cost a lot of money.
2 grand a month. What's that in pounds? Like, I don't know what the exchange rate is. What's that, like £1,600 a month, something like that? It's quite a lot. I don't think I want kids if that's how much they cost.
What is your biggest money saving tip?
Don't impulse shop. Take a second and think about it, because most of the time you're just buying it to make yourself feel better, and then once you buy it, you don't feel better. You know, the happiness.
Good. Very good advice, especially for all you Klarna bandits out there.
That you get from buying something is fleeting, so give yourself a second thought.
Thanks so much.
High five. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Isaiah Real, 31, and I'm a certified financial planner.
What's your net worth?
Net worth? Oh gosh, 700,000,
And how much do you make per year?
300,000.
Do you have any tips for people that want to be able to make like a high income like that?
Don't have debt. If you want to start a business, just take the risk.
And what's your biggest personal finance hack?
I feel like don't have debt. I mean, he's a financial planner, so he knows what he's talking about, but I think it's important to decipher between good debt and bad debt. Good debt being a mortgage secured on a property that provides income, for example, is good debt compared to credit card debt, which is really high interest and doesn't really serve you very well for the most part. But this guy is a financial planner, so he definitely knows what he's talking about, and I am not, so...
For like saving money.
Dollar cost average. Just invest monies and let it do its thing.
What's your biggest expense right now?
Our wedding.
What? How much is your wedding going to cost?
45.
Oh, wedding. That's my biggest expense as well, I think. For all you young people who are not engaged or do not plan on getting married anytime soon, maybe start saving just now because holy shit, weddings are expensive. Way more expensive than I realised when I proposed.
5,000.
Wow. Okay. Don't get married, you guys. That's very expensive. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My name is Greg Perez. I am 34 and I am a budget analyst.
What is your net worth?
Let's say 120,000.
And how much do you make per year?
70,000 per year.
What's currently your biggest expense?
See, like the ratio of income to net worth here is not amazing, but if Newport Beach is one of the wealthiest areas in America, maybe the cost of living is quite high there as well. Or maybe it's because they're drinking takeaway coffees, because we know that takeaway coffees are the downfall of millennials.
My name is Mustafa. I'm 38 and I'm a technology CEO for a company in Irvine, California.
A tech CEO. Come on, Mustafa. Big numbers here.
What's the company called?
It's called Zoom Transportation. We're like an app that connects trucking companies with shippers on an automated platform.
What's your biggest personal finance hack?
Diversify.
Like in terms of investments or?
Yeah. You always want to diversify. You want to put a little bit of your money into precious metals, into digital currency, into stocks, invest in companies, and then also invest in real estate, and then keep some cash.
Okay. What advice would you have for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Don't wait too long and start, chase your dreams, and think of the craziest thing you can do and go for it.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you so much.
Michael.
Good advice for diversifying, but I am disappointed that we didn't hear what his income is or his net worth, because that's the juicy shit that we look for.
Johnson, I'm in commercial real estate.
What is your net worth?
It's hard to say, but over 4 million maybe?
How much do you make per year?
Well, it depends. It all varies every year, so usually 500 to 600.
Okay.
It's a decent income. It's very decent income, actually. What am I saying? Decent. It's a really good income. I wonder how much he spends out of that $500,000 to $600,000 on just stuff.
Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to get into commercial real estate?
You just have to work really, really hard and make a lot of calls. You make calls, then it's not as hard. If you
Work hard, just like last time. Work hard seems to be the advice. Work hard at what? Commercial real estate, apparently.
To make calls is very difficult, and being persistent, which is really any job.
What's your biggest tip for saving money?
I think you just need to save as much as you can and buy things that you can't spend.
What is your current biggest expense right now?
Probably the kids' education, food.
How much is your rent or mortgage?
My house is paid off.
Any advice for
Decent. House is paid off. That's what you're after when you're whatever age this guy is. I think he was like in his mid-50s.
aspiring entrepreneurs?
Just immerse yourself. Like, you have to work harder than everybody else. It's harder to do than you can say, but you just have to learn and take advantage, and sometimes opportunities will show up because you're working hard.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My name is Paul. I'm going to be 80 years old, and I'm in.
Paul looks like he has money. There's something about those glasses that are actually round his neck and each lens is hanging on either side. Paul has his shit figured out. 10 plus million net worth if we find out. That's my guess.
Real estate investments.
First of all, you look fantastic for being 80.
Thank you.
Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to get into real estate investing?
Yeah, get into real estate investments.
Is it the best thing you've ever done?
Yeah, you know, real estate is the ideal investment. IDEAL. I is for income, D is for depreciation, E is for equity buildup, A is for appreciation, and L is for leverage. There's no other investment that offers all of those.
That's good advice. He's even broken it down with mnemonic. Is that the word? Yeah, mnemonic.
Appreciate your properties?
Oh, yes. Accelerated depreciation? Yeah, right.
What's your philosophy on giving back and charity?
Most schools teach people how to accumulate wealth, but not how to deploy it for good.
I disagree. Most schools don't tell you how to accumulate wealth. That's the problem. No one at my school taught me how to accumulate wealth. That's not a thing. I did learn Pythagoras' theorem and various other things. I did not learn how to accumulate wealth or how tax works or interest rates or anything like that. Anything important.
For high impact.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Disappointed to not find out Paul's net worth, but I reckon it's pretty high.
I'm Matt, I'm 38, and I work in the tech industry.
What's something that you like to
Tech, decent income? He won't ask. For some reason he's picking and choosing who he asks. Also, look, he has a nice Submariner on. I just bought a Submariner. You can go back to last week's video and see me collecting that and unboxing it.
splurge money on?
I guess my daughter.
Does money equal happiness?
I don't think so, no.
What has been the best investment you've made to date?
I think traveling, spending time with friends and family.
Do you have any advice for younger people that want to get into tech?
Maybe don't be afraid to reach out to people for help. Sometimes that can be kind of intimidating or scary.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My guess here is he has maybe had some rejection or pushback when asking about net worth and income, but it seems like he's reluctant to ask people what their net worth is and how much money they make now compared to the start of the video.
Daniel, 27. I do software engineering.
What do you like to spend your money on?
Going to the spa, getting a massage, going to a restaurant once in a while.
How often do you get massages?
This guy likes to treat himself.
Not too much, maybe once or twice a month or something.
Do you have any tips for saving money?
Get a roommate. I'm actually looking to do that, especially in California. The rent is crazy. And I guess the other one is don't eat out too much.
Guy just said that his favourite thing to spend money on is eating out, and now he's saying don't eat out too much. What is happening?
Which I'm kind of guilty of.
What's a piece of advice you give someone that wants to get into software engineering?
You can go to school for it, or if you want to learn it on your own, there's boot camp programs for it that you could do at your own pace online.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I actually went to UC Irvine. I did it that way, but some of my friends took some boot camp courses, and they're doing pretty well. They work at the big tech companies.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, Richard Inoue. I'm 70 and I'm retired.
What is your net worth?
$2 million.
What did you do before?
I was a CFO for multiple companies in the entertainment business.
Do you have any advice?
Decent job.
For younger people that want to get into the entertainment business?
Keep your priorities straight. Your family is most important. Work is way down in the priority list. If you keep that priority, then if you're happy at home, happy with your family and stuff like that, work will come.
I love that. And what do you like to splurge your money on?
Food.
Good for him. Good advice. Refreshing to hear someone's advice of work is pretty low on the priority list.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for saving money?
To invest wisely, to not put all your money into one basket. I like real estate, especially in California, because it always goes up. No matter what, it always goes up. And diversify your funds as much as you can.
Historically, property does go up in value, but saying it out loud, it always goes up. It seems like it sounds naive. Historically, it does, but it just sounds silly. Put all my money here, it always goes up. Stocks always go up, but they sort of do.
What has been the best investment you've ever made?
real estate.
Is it like a certain property or?
No, just homes, single family.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Appreciate the time. So as you guys probably heard, I talk to people of all different, net worths and stuff. But one thing that stood out to me is that a lot of people really were big on budgeting, and a lot of like the more high net worth people were really into real estate. So that's why I'm such a big believer on real estate as an asset class. You can make a lot of money doing that.
So that's good to know, because as you're probably aware, if you've watched my channel before, I do invest in property. I've just recently bought a new property, or I'm in the process of buying. So it's good to know that I'm on the right track for building wealth. I'm almost tempted to try and make one of these videos myself in public, asking people questions, but I am also very nervous to be that guy walking around pointing a camera on people's faces saying, how much money do you make and stuff like that. So I probably won't do it, but I think it would be fun. Someone else do it. Someone do it in Scotland, because I'm interested and I don't want to do it myself. Thank you for watching, folks. I've actually been filming this video way longer than I thought it was going to take, and now I am running extremely late and I need to run out the door. I need to also get changed. So I'll see you next week. Take it easy.